Let's get more insight now into APEC and Peru. And joining us now is Jorge Antonio Chavez. He is an international relations expert, a TV anchor, foreign affairs analyst at TV Peru, as well as an Asian and Chinese foreign policy expert. Thank you so much for joining us, Jorge and Antonio. I certainly appreciate it. Now, let's talk about what the reaction has been. This is the third time that Peru has hosted APEC, 2008, 2016, now 9. Certainly the country has grown, and clearly APEC has grown, learned so much. How are Peruvians embracing this convergence? So many powerful entities coming to this country.
Hello, Sean. Thanks for having me. Yeah, there are certainly great expectations about the event. People are coming to realize that since we joined APEC in 1998, the projection of our foreign policy and our trade policy towards the Asia-Pacific has grown steadily, and therefore there are great expectations about hosting these leaders from some of the most powerful economies in the world, economies that account for over 60% of the world's GDP, over 40%, over 48% of world's trade, and over almost 40% of world's population. Of course, the fact that the APEC Leaders Week will take place during this week will entail certain issues that might be complicated to handle for the people, because certain professional activities, education activities will have to be conducted virtually. Right. But I think that most of the people realize the value that APEC has had for us.
Let's talk about some of the obstacles that Peru has had to overcome. 6 presidents over the last 6 years, an economy that has not been extremely stable. But you do point out the fact that they've had a very powerful leader of its central bank for more than almost 2 decades now. And the sol, the currency here, is holding it very well in Latin America. How is Peru doing overall?
Of course, we had a complicated political situation in terms of political instability, and that affects the economy. Because what investors think about is about the stability, a clear framework to do business, a stable legal framework. And we have certain challenges, certain institutional challenges, but when it comes to the stability of the currency and inflation, inflation is quite low in Peru, and the value of our currency has been stable. We have the most stable currency in Latin America. I mean, vis-a-vis the dollar and other major currencies. And I think that's an achievement because our central bank is absolutely autonomous. There can be no intervention from the central government when it comes to managing our monetary policy, and I think that's remarkable.
Jorge and Antonio, a lot of excitement coming up later this week when they officially unveil the megaport. It's going to mean so much, not just to Peru, but all of Latin America and really all the APEC entities as well. Talk about how important that is, what it's going to mean, but also a lot of obstacles to still overcome, not the least of which is getting product to the port and away from the port.
Well, the challenge, Sean, it's a major challenge, but we have to understand that Chancay Port is a game changer for South America. Essentially, now, if you want to send products to Asia from South America, from Chile, from Peru, from Colombia, from Ecuador, you have to go through the port of Manzanillo in Mexico or through Long Beach, and that adds almost 2 more weeks to the journey. Now we'll have the chance to have a direct route from the central coast of South America all the way to Asia to save over, almost 2 weeks of travel, of oil, of a whole range of costs.
You don't have to be a genius to understand it's expensive to take another 12 days out at sea. So this is going to mean so much.
Yeah, it's absolutely a game changer. That will allow us to concentrate the products from these countries of South America. And if when it comes to the challenges we have, challenges of infrastructure. We'll need to build railways, more ports to connect our local economies, our regions to the port of Chancay. So from there we can export to Asia. What we expect is that also we will have a growing number of imports that will come from Asian economies, because now bringing products for them is difficult because of the logistical costs. Having Chancay will reduce the logistical costs. The issue and the challenge for us is not just how we are going to use the port to help our neighbors export their products, but how are we going to take our products to the Asian markets? We have access to 14 economies of the APEC Forum in terms of free trade. So that gives us a huge opportunity. And we also have another big opportunity for the future if we manage to connect our physical infrastructure to Brazil, because Brazil is China's main export market.